Anyway, Juakwamo, in Igbo language, I mean, let me interpret. You are asking me, Abi? Asking me the more. Nigerian president is busy. I don't know whether he has come back from China. The flood that submerged Borno State, Maiduguri, has set free or culminated to over 300 Boko Haram leaders that were detained in jail over there to escape. I don't know whether you got the wind up. You didn't get it. That Boko Haram members, because Maiduguri were flooded, correctional center, prisons were flooded as well, compelling the Boko Haram commanders that were jailed in Borno State escape from the prison facility. So when we are talking about Korean president, that young boy responding to flood in Korea, you can never ever equate the system over there to Nigerian system. Korean government, I mean North Korea, Northern Korea, is far better, though they are facing many sanctions currently, but still people over there are better off than Nigerians.
The act of killing 20 officials that are related to which that where the flood happened was their territory. Is it you say that democracy is normal in these modern days, but by killing over 20, executing 20 officials for the cause of flood in their side. Do
you know I read it. The executive members of his government that were killed, you know what? Korean government is accusing those members, those executive members, that they did not react in time. They could not do what they're supposed to do. It's just like you and I. Professor Zulum, the governor of Borno State, has he done what he's supposed to do? Could be that he did it. The flood wouldn't have escalated up to that level of affecting the correctional center, prison facilities that warranted Boko Haram commanders escape. So Jim Jong, because that his name, that small boy, he said those members, those executive members that he executed, could not react in time. They could not do the needful. That's what annoyed the supreme leader of North Korea to go that extent of killing those executive members. Okay, let me tell you, you are a commissioner of environment. Let me just put that establishment or institution in place as example. You are a commissioner of environment. You actually know that this year in Nigeria there should be much rainfall, downpour, that could escalate to dam, Kainji Dam and other artificial dam, breaking water or flood, going up to the level of destroying this dam, the bridges, the ridges that is blocking the water, and the water overflow into rivers. And when it gets to the rivers will flow above its bank. From there it will spread to communities. You that is commissioner of environment is supposed to make an announcement, sign warning, put things, measures in place to avoid it escalating. I don't know whether I understand where I'm going. That was what happened in Korea. The Korean spirit leader was annoyed with those executives members. Then he had to arrest them. Not only arresting them, he executed them.
Are you saying that it is justified by executing those members? Had it been that he throughout his tenure now is perfect?
If you ask me, I will tell you that the way they run their government over there in the Far East Asia is not the way we in the West are running our government. Those are the Far East. We are in the West here. Listen to me. The Western Europe, the Northern Europe, Western, I mean as in the USA, the government over there, their constitution is not that stringent. I mean, say we are using severe law. Stringent laws is what they are using over there. Their law is like tit for tat, blood for blood. In Indonesia, in Malaysia, in Korea, in China, even in Japan. So that's why they keep their law. Okay, you are talking about justification. I don't justify it. Do you know that people died as a result of that flood? And it's a natural disaster. And they made it as a law there. Once you fail on your duty, you go in for it. I'm not justifying it. Are you listening to me? Once you mismanage public fund in China, you go in for it. Once you mismanage public fund in Korea, both South and North Korea, you go in for it. I don't know what to understand. So this North Korea you see, the man that is in charge, the supreme leader, the father has been ruling North Korea for years. They inherited that dynasty. It is their divine right to be supreme leader. And you know that they run monarchy, more or less monarchy. And you know what Bible says about a monarch, a king? The life, the right of life and death is on his hands as a king. So that's why he executed those ones. And we are not trying in this part of the world to justify it. What the guy did is wrong. I don't support killing fellow man. Humanity is somehow dead in the Far East. Because what? They always abide with wicked, cruel laws. The laws over there are very murderous and killing. So once you contravene the law in Korea, in China, you will go in for it. If it is capital punishment, you are welcome to the gallows. They will take you to the gallows and cut your head. But in Nigeria here, you can see a Nigerian public office holder can siphon 10 billion naira, be walking free on the street of Abuja, Lagos, Calabar, and every other places in Nigeria. Nigeria is not taking it serious to at least take to firing squad any public offender that has dipped his hands into public purse or account. But in China, you can never abscond with $1,000 that belong to Chinese government. They will kill you. You'll be sent to the firing squad. So you see the difference between China and Nigeria. Go and see what is going on in China. China is building up, developing, growing on alarming rates. Nigeria is going down, drifting backward into canal on daily basis. But China is increasing because of the stringent law they run over there. You are having a law that is very palpable, flexible, malleable in Nigeria. So that's why any public office holder can what? Go to the level of siphoning $80 billion and that come into UAE. Courtesy. Yaya Bello is enjoying himself living like a king in Dubai, while Nigerians are dying, readily in pain as a result of bad, hard economic hardship. Are you listening to me? So because of the law we run here, our constitution is too flexible. Anybody could rise up and steal money and run away. The United Kingdom, they will welcome you. At the end of the day, they will tag you as a country that is fantastically corrupt. And you will be looking like a mumumuguism. So what happened in Korea? Oga, leave Korea and their law. Nigeria, here we come. Nigerians are dying as a result of ethnic bigotry. We are dying as a result of manipulation of our constitutions. Some people that are the ruling class, they write Nigerian constitution, bend it in such a way that they should be the one to benefit from it.
It's a natural disaster, and it's quite unfortunate. There's a lot of victims. My heart goes to them. It tells you again of government failure to address issues or an emergency, intervention. National Emergency Management Agency. I don't know whether they actually did the work they are assigned to do. That agency represent, given the way and manner of lives and properties we are lost there. Some of those things that would have led to that, were they actually checkmated? Were they actually stopped from happening? Those kind of natural disasters. For me, whether it was flood caused by rain or the dam, suddenly broke, then we know that government should be held responsible for the consequences that comes with that kind of flooding. Yes, there might be some reservations over, how it started and who is to blame at the end of the day. But the fact still remains that government should look for a way to relieve those people from Borno State who are victims of the flood. There's no need of comparison whether a similar thing has taken place in North Korea or in South Korea. But the fact is that it is a disaster. It's a natural disaster, either made or naturally caused. But the fact is that what is the system? What is the response after something has happened? There's one thing we need to understand in Nigeria, and Nigerians need to understand it very clearly. We have leadership lapses. We have nonchalant attitude to reaction to how government is going to handle issues like this. We have seen it, and those agencies who are supposed to have intervened even before we start having response from the presidency and all that, have lost in the course of duty, because we can't find them, or in assignment we can't find them, you can't see them, carry on an emergency response, not 2 minutes, 1 minute, we are seeing response. People are feeling they are part of the system already. People are feeling that somebody is in charge of their welfare, is trying to make sure things work for them, is trying to protect life and properties of their lives and properties. They feel it, but in Nigeria, look at how even here in Nigeria police respond to emergencies. Before if you ordinary fire outbreak, you can see how the response come. It is not quite encouraging, and it's not quite encouraging. It takes them a lot, but I learned that the vice president make an entry into that place and was able to see some certain things for himself. I think they should be able to know what to do to the victims and make sure that such thing is being avoided or stopped from repeating itself.